This is a series of videos for my HE students on the basics of SketchUp, so I'm going to dive right in. Don't forget, if you haven't got the large toolset on the side here, you simply click on View at the top, scroll down through the list and click Large Toolset. So let's go ahead and start off by creating Pac-Man, and I click on the Circle tool. Bring it to the origin point in the middle of the axis, and then click once with the left mouse button, drag it out, and then straight back to my selection tool. So 2 clicks to create the circle, and you can use your orbit tool to orbit around your object. You can also hold down the middle mouse button if you're using a mouse, and that will allow you to orbit as well. I'm then going to use the pencil tool or line tool, and I'm going to click once in the center, drag out a line and click on the edge. Now you can see the pencil still attached, and to get rid of it you just press the escape key. So I'm going to draw another line once, twice, and then there's our mouth. So use the eraser tool and hold down your left mouse button, and you'll see it lights up blue when you've highlighted the line, and then straight back to the selection tool. And you can see Pac-Man's already starting to take shape. Just going to orbit, so I'm looking straight down on it, and then I'm going to zoom in, and we can either use the zoom tool up the top here, or if you've got a middle mouse button you can simply scroll in and out to zoom in and out. Use the circle tool to create an eye, and we'll give him a googly eyeball just like that. And then I'll use the pan tool to pan across to bring him back into the middle. So now for the fun part, I'm going to push pull into 3D, and I always start with the smallest object first, and there we go, there's Pac-Man. And of course in the computer game Pac-Man has 4 ghosts that he chases around the screen and they chase him around the screen. So let's start off by making a rectangle, and as you can see the rectangle is on the wonk. So back to the selection tool always, and we're going to rotate this rectangle by using the red rotate tool here, and that gives you a mathematical protractor. So we're going to drag the protractor onto the face of the object, click once, and that gives you a line. So we'll drag the line out to an empty area, click again, and that creates something called an anchor. And the anchor will allow you then to rotate your object any way you want. So I'm going to rotate it so that it's in line with Pac-Man. That'll do. And the third click will let go. Straight back to my selection tool. And then here I'm going to use the move tool to bring that object in line with Pac-Man. So the next thing to do is to turn our rectangle into a ghost. So we're going to use a number of tools for that. The first one is the arc tool, 2-point arc. So I'm going to click on that, and this requires 3 clicks in this case. So click once on the edge, drag your mouse across, click once again on the other edge, and then that gives you an arc, and you can either push it down or up, and we're going to push it up in this case. And then the third and final click will let go. Back to my select tool, and we need to get rid of these little pointy bits on the side, so I'm going to go to my eraser, and I'm just going to hold down my left mouse button, highlight the areas that I want to get rid of like that. And if you make a mistake you can press Control and Z to bring things back, and Control and Y goes forward. Back to my selection tool. So now I've got the top of the arc of my ghost, and I'm now going to do the jagged bottom part of the ghost for his sheet, and we can use the pencil tool for that, or line tool. And here I'm going to draw in some little pyramids, which we can then cut out with the eraser. And you'll notice that if the line goes blue like that, if I orbit around, blue follows the blue axis, which goes straight up in the air. So if you make a mistake as you draw, Control and Z, and just try again. There we go, that'll do. And use the eraser to rub out those lines. There's our jagged sheet for our ghost. Okay, so let's drop in a couple of eyes, zoom in so I can get some detail. Googly eyes. There we go. And I'm going to use the rectangle to create a mouth, and we'll use the rotate tool again. Click once, find an anchor point, click again, rotate, click a third time, and then let's go. Back to my selection tool. I'm not happy with the position of that, so I'm going to move it with the move tool. Pick it up by clicking once, drop it down by clicking again. Back to select, and then I'm going to use the arc tool again to create a mouth. There's the 2-point arc. Click once, click twice, click 3 times, click once, click twice, click 3 times. Back to select, and you can erase the lines you don't want. There we go. And you can put some goofy teeth in there, or some sharp teeth, or whatever you like if you choose to do so. Okay, so there's our ghost. Now all we need to do is pull him into 3D. And here you can actually make your object the same size as something you've made before. And what you do is, as you're pulling it into 3D, you hold down your left mouse button and you point at something you've already made. So in this case, Pac-Man, and I let go of my mouse, and as I let go of my mouse, those eyes are now the same height. So you can do that with all the objects if you wish to do so. So you can make every piece the same height as something else. You don't have to, it's completely up to you, but it's a handy tool to know about. There we go. Okay, so I have Pac-Man and 1 ghost. But in the game there are 4 ghosts. So what we do is, rather than draw 4 ghosts individually, I'm going to copy and paste. And the easy way to do that is to click on the select tool, click in an area that is blank, hold down the left mouse button and create a selection box. When you let go, the object will turn blue and spotty, so you know that it is selected. Then I can press Ctrl and C to copy it, and then Ctrl and V will paste it. And I can make 4 of those, or as many as I like. So use the pan tool to give myself some room. Ctrl and V to paste another one. Ctrl and V to paste another one. And there we go. And you'll see that the last one is still highlighted. So to get rid of that, you simply click on your select tool and then click anywhere that's blank, and that will let go. And now you can do the colouring in. So click on your bucket tool and you can colour individually like this. But you can also, if you notice, that only does the top. If I wanted to do all of an object, let's do Pac-Man, I could zoom in, select tool, create a selection box by dragging with the left mouse button, and now he's completely highlighted. Let's find the yellow, and then when I drop in the yellow it goes all the way around. So that's an easy way to quickly paint the whole of your object in whatever color you like. And of course you don't have to do colors, you could do translucent or whatever you prefer. As it's your model, you can create and be artistic. There we go. Lesson 1, Pac-Man and 4 Ghosts.